This lesson is on counting units and matching what you count to symbols. What you're going to need is 9 of the green unit bars, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and a set of symbol cards that represent the units. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And what we're going to do is we're going to lay out a number of units on this side, and we'll lay out 3 cards over here for the child to choose from. So I'll show you what I mean. Let's just move these to the side for a moment. I'm going to start with this many units for the child to count. And I'm going to put out, actually let's just start with the first 3 symbols. So I'm going to put out the symbols 1, 2, and 3. And the child has to count the units, the green units, and match what he's counted up to the symbol on the right side. So here we are, we've got 1, 2, so he can go 1, 2. He can look here and he can point to the number 2, or he could actually pick the card up and bring it over and place it beside his 2 units. Okay, let's try a different number and a different set of cards. So here we've got a different number of units here, and I'm just going to pick a random set of cards that include the amount of units that are on the table. So again, 1, 2, 3. Which card is it? There we go. He can point or move the card over. Let's try a different number. Let's try the number 4. Now, if you notice how I'm setting this up, I'm setting it up like this instead of a straight line like this. I'm setting it up this way because it's a little bit of an introduction to square numbers. You can see that the number 4 is shaped in a square, and or you could think about this as multiplication, because we can go like this and form a rectangle, make multiplication, and or even just addition, a 2 plus a 2. So you're kind of setting up for square numbers, addition, multiplication, all sorts of things. Okay, even maybe division, where you're saying, well, I've got 4 and how many 2's can I count from it? So you may see that I set these up slightly different depending on the number that they're counting. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and he can point to the card and or move the card over. Okay, let's try a different number of units. Can you see what I've done there? I've set this up so that it's addition, 3 and 3, or it could be 3 times 2. All right, so again, I'm going to put out a random set of cards, and she or he can count the numbers. They might go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or they might go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If they're more advanced, you never know, they might start counting by 2s or counting by 3s. But anyways, most of the kids that are starting off this way will probably not be that advanced. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, if they're new to counting and you're helping them, you can also hold their finger and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, help them along. And then if they're not quite sure which one that is, you can tell them this is 6, this is 1, this is 5. Which card is 6? And you may have to repeat that, maybe not. It just depends on your child. And she or he may pick out the card 6 and bring it over here so that they're matching now these 6 units to this symbol. Have you noticed that there's not been any writing so far in this lesson? Okay, the next number that we're going to do is 9. And again, I'm going to lay it out differently. I'm going to lay it out in this shape here because 9 is a square number. And we're already introducing square numbers to them just by doing this. Okay, we put some different cards out there, change them up a little bit, maybe change the order. Okay, and again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Which symbol represents the units on the table? Move the card over, or even just point to it. Okay, next number is 7. And if you notice, we're not counting past 9 right now, we're just counting units. Once we go one more than 9, we end up with tens, and right now we're not counting tens. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that's what I'm going to put out. I'm going to change this around. There's a 7, maybe I'll put some bigger numbers in, get them used to recognizing them. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Which card represents the amount of blocks on the table? The 7 card does. Okay. The next number is going to be 8, and I'm going to set it up with 5 on top and 3 on the bottom. And again, this is just setting them up so that even though they are just counting here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, there's also some addition in there, 5 plus 3 or 3 plus 5. Then they match the card to the amount of blocks on the table. In this case, it's this symbol. Okay, the next number that we're going to put in here is this. Keep in mind, this will be, you'll have to, decide what level your child is at. Are you only going to count up to maybe 5 or even maybe up to 3 and then work on the larger numbers later? It doesn't have to all be done in one lesson. So 1, which symbol on the cards matches the amount of blocks on the table, and there we go. Okay, one last number that I'm going to put up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to switch that out, change the order. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the card that goes with it, and or just point. Notice we've just gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's all that we've counted today. And all it is counting and matching the blocks that are on the table to the symbols that are on the card. There's no writing involved. It can be a lot of fun. Once your child gets good at this, then you can ask them to build problems for you and you pick out the card.